So it has truly been a minute since I have put up a video. I don't think I've put one up since the beginning of the year. So it's a new year. As you can see, I have a new hairstyle, new hair that I'll be rocking this year. Really haven't done too much. Um, but everything's off to a great start this year. I've made just a couple of pickups, but I do have something I want to share that I'm very excited about. I haven't even looked at it just yet, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But just to tell you about some of the little stuff that I've picked up. Um, I won't even really get into like the thrift store stuff because it was just like random, and I mean, I'm not really like too excited about it. Just some random games that I normally would not have purchased if they wouldn't have been 25 cents. But one thing that I was pretty excited about, but now I'm kind of, it's some quirks, but it's not as bad as what people were saying it was. And that's the Ouya, or at least that's how I pronounce it. Everybody's like, oh yeah, Ouya, whatever. The Ouya, it wasn't that bad. I read reviews and everybody was just straight dogging it. And I think that's because people were looking at it for it to be like their main video gaming console, and it's very far from that. This is a supplemental console. You need to have a PS4 or PS3, Xbox 360 or one. This is not going to do it if you're a hardcore gamer. I got it because I like those little, like, oh, I got 5 minutes to play a game. Those little indie games that look crazy like they're homemade, and that's exactly what you get. You do get some really great Android games though, but pretty much what you play on your phone is what you're going to play on here. You're not going to get no GTA, COD, none of that stuff. Assassin's Creed, it's not going to be on here. And if you bought it with that intention, then yes, you're going to be upset because that's not what it was intended for. But I like it. My kids love it. I did get it. It's already out of the box, so this is not an unboxing, but it was on sale, $10 cheaper. We already know it's $100, so they were selling it for $89. And then I did buy an extra controller with it. Matter of fact, it's right here. I bought an extra controller. Controllers were even discounted. Normally they're $50, and I think they were on sale for $44.99. So I really like it. The only thing that I don't really care for is it's just kind of quirky sometimes. Like I'll be in the menu and I'll hit the analog and it'll just scroll on forever. The other thing is it's the Wi-Fi connectivity. Like I can't hook this thing upstairs to my TV and expect for me to be able to look through the store for games because our router's downstairs, because that's where we do the majority of our gaming. So the connectivity really sucks when you take it far away from your router. So that was one bad thing. And sometimes it can just be very unresponsive or very slow to the buttons. Not when you're inside the game, but really like through the menus. But maybe they'll be doing an update to fix that. But other than that, the games are pretty sweet. I'm absolutely in love with the fact that you can try every single game for free before you buy it. Some games don't have an expiration. They'll just let you keep trying it. Of course, it'll be limited. You won't have certain boards or certain things that you know, clothing or characters or whatever, but I could care less. And my kids, that's what I would say. This is great for kids. If you have kids, my kids are 5 and 7, and they love this. They love this. This is definitely for a child. Very simple games. There's not a lot of buttons to push. That is who it's for, and I'm a kid at heart, so that's probably why I like it. So I picked up the Ouya, whatever. Maybe about, I want to say 2 weeks ago. So anyway, what I'm really excited about is I just had family in town not too long ago. One of my uncles, my favorite uncle, he came down, and he is really responsible for why a part of me loves gaming so much, because it was him that made me want to go and get all these consoles as I was growing up. He used to take me to these video record exchange, or CD game exchanges, what they're called, in Cleveland. And we used to go around to each one, and they would have consoles for dirt cheap. This was like back in the day when I was like in middle school. I didn't even know how I had money. Oh, I was trading in stuff. And like he would trade in stuff, and he would give me his credit. And you're talking about getting just old school consoles for like dirt cheap. And at that point I wasn't into collecting them, so it was like, oh, play one for a little while, go trade that in, trade your games in, get money, go buy another one. Play that for a while, trade it in. It was just a reoccurring cycle. Um, and then he had everything. We used to love going to my uncle's house because you would go in the basement. He had every single console. No matter what you wanted to play, no matter what game, it was there. You just had to plug it up and you could play. And so we loved going over his house. And I really got into loving to play games. Plus, all I had was brothers, and that's all they did. So anyway, he came into town, and we started talking, and I was telling him, I let him come see my game room and all this other stuff and all the games and all that. And, I was just asking him if he still has some of those old consoles. And he was like, yeah, maybe I'll sell them. And I was like, well, I'll buy them from you. He was like, please, you can have them. So I was like, oh, snap. All right. And he was dead serious. So he went back home and he bundled everything up together that he could find, and he shipped it to me, and it got here today. So I have this big box that's kind of heavy that I am going to go through. I haven't been through it yet. It is open because my husband, there was something in here for him, and he opened it to get it out. But I have not looked in here yet, and I want to see what the heck he gave me. So I'm psyched. So I'm going to go ahead and open it and pull out what the heck is in here. So stuffed it with a whole bunch of paper. And so first thing I pull out is a Sega Game Gear. Sega Game Gear was awesome to me. I remember when I first bought one, the reason why I thought it was so much sweeter, which is probably the reason why everybody thought it was so much sweeter, because unlike the Game Boy, it had a color screen. That means I could play, like when we're traveling, we traveled so much as a child. My parents did. And so we always traveled at night. Game Boy, you can't play it in the dark. This was the only thing. Oh my God, I would be sitting back there. You could see the light reflecting off my face. I'm lighting up the whole car playing this thing. Game Gear was awesome. So I'm geeked. I'm geeked about it. I think this thing took a lot of batteries. Yeah, 6 batteries. Really sweet. I have to see if you put the power cord in here. Anyway, boop, boop. Game Gear. Very nice. Then let's see. Wow. I got 16-bit Sega Genesis. I don't have one of these. And I always wanted one. I have, emulators and stuff and a lot of Sega ROMs on my Wii. But this is awesome. I can add, oh, this is so great. I got the on and off, the reset. I don't think I even knew you could plug your earphones in here. For real? It has the volume. That is, did this thing take batteries? No. Okay. No, do not remove. Okay. I apparently don't remember what the heck that was. What is that? I don't know. Put it back in here. Okay. All right. So Sega Game Gear, Sega Genesis. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, it's freaking Sega Day. Sega Saturn. Oh, my love. Sega Saturn was that system. Oh my goodness. This was the best thing before the Dreamcast came out. I used to play Knights. I know y'all remember Knights. Knights was like the little purple looking fairy girl, and you'd be flying her through the little rings. There was a Bomberman game on here that we were absolutely in love with because it was the Bomberman. We call them donkeys. I know they're not donkeys. They're like dinosaurs, but they hatch out the eggs. One of the best Bombermans. There was this other game that was so weird, but it's called Clock Tower Knights or something. There was these, something like that. God, I can barely remember. But it was these 2 guys you could pick from, and one's name was Tongara, and the other guy's name was Ginger. And I don't know, it was a crazy, quirky game. Then I had Daytona on here. Daytona. Yeah, this was, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And then, what's this cartridge gonna put? I know I can't play no. Can I play Sega Genesis games on here? I don't know. I can't even remember now. It's been so long. Sega Saturn. How sweet. How sweet. So Sega Genesis, Sega Game Gear, Sega Saturn. I don't even have enough space to put all this stuff. This is insane. Okay, let's see. What else do I have? It's really freaking Sega Day. Sega Genesis Nomad. Now, this, I will tell you this. This, I don't remember this. This was like not my era. I don't know when this was. Does this have color? Like, it has AV output, power. I don't think this has color. The freak. A freaking Nomad? Really? That's insane. I'm going to have to look this up. I feel like I know what it is, but I don't like really know what it is. But it's, of course, a handheld video game. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty freaking awesome. This is like for real Sega Day. All right, so let's see what else I have in here. And I have, what do you know? Another Game Gear. Who has 2 Sega Game Gears? Crazy. Apparently I do not. Wow, and this one actually has the game in it. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Chaos. Sweet. And I think, oh, they both have the little, what's name? Oh, awesome. Got 2 of them. Not going to complain about that. All right, and let's see what else. This is the controller, apparently, for the Sega Saturn. God, these controllers look like that. I don't remember this. It almost looks like the Dreamcast controller. I don't remember it looking like this. This is a different controller. Maybe I'm thinking about a Sega controller. Anyway, Sega Saturn controller? Guess so. Okay, sweet. All right, so I got that. And some controllers for the Sega Genesis. I think there's 2 of these, so that's good. Oh, this is probably one of my favorite systems. This is probably a lot of people's favorite systems. Freaking Nintendo 64. Oh my God, I love Nintendo 64. You know what? One thing I really appreciate about consoles like this, the same thing with the Dreamcast. I'm trying to think, another system. The original Xbox. Thank you for putting enough little inputs here for 4 controllers, so I don't have to buy a multi-tap or anything like that. I mean, nowadays you don't have to worry about it because of Bluetooth and whatnot. But back in the day, when you wanted like 4 people to play, we always had so many people in our house. Always, like families were just coming to live with us at random times in our lives, and you wanted to be able to play. We loved party games, Mario Party, Sonic Shuffle, all those crazy games. And like on PlayStation, there's a lot of good multiplayer games, but you gotta have a freaking multi-tap. Thank you for people who makes consoles and makes it. Well, let's say the old ones, because we already know the new ones have that functionality. But oh my God, it's just missing the little case right here. What is this in here? There's something in here like a Game Genie or something. I don't know what this is. I don't want to take it out. I don't want to take it out. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so freaking happy about this. Now I need to go get some Nintendo 64 games because I don't have any. I know, right? I know. Oh, there's some in here. Nintendo 64 controller. Light purple, see-through. And got some random power sources that go to something that I'll figure out. And then I got some games in here. All Sega games. Every single one of them Sega games. So let's see what I got. Art Alive for the Sega Genesis. All Sega. Super Hang On. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic and Knuckles. The big one. Oh, this was the best game ever. Miss Pac-Man. Oh, Toy Story. Get out. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Troy Aikman football, for real. And then the original Sonic, which is notorious for having that not for resale sign on it. Every copy I had the not for resale sign. And look, you could tell where I got that from. These are the type of stickers that was on the games at the CD Game Exchange. And like when you saw that red, you knew that thing was like dirt cheap. All right, and that's it. I'm at the end of the box. There's nothing else left. So, oh my God. I really got a lot of freaking stuff here, y'all. So, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to turn the camera and like show you all at once what's right here. So like you can truly appreciate this mound of goodness I've just received. Okay, so if you can see, there is the, make sure I can hold this camera right, the controller, Nintendo 64, there's the Saturn with the 2 Sega Genesis games on it. Got the Sega Saturn controller, which is all buried up under, yeah, all buried up under here. Sega Genesis. Then you got the 2 Game Gears, and then just some old random games. You got the Pac-Man, Sonic, and Knuckles. Sonic 2. What did I say that was? Hang On, Super Hang On, and then freaking Art Alive. So definitely pretty happy with everything that I got. Not mad at all. Not mad at all. I have to call my uncle and thank the heck out of him, because he was absolutely awesome for just shipping me all of this stuff. I told him I would buy it, and I was just like, I didn't know. I had no idea he was going to like send all this much stuff. So I'm pretty excited. Thank you guys for watching. I should hopefully be getting back on a regular scheduled program here with my videos, but this was definitely something I wanted to capture, and because I'm really excited. So it's Friday. You know what I'm about to do. I'm about to hook some of this stuff up and get my game on. So I will holler at you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Yep, holla.